Hey everybody, welcome back to another video journal. My name is Matt and I'm an addict. Today is March 15th, 2022. I said it was January in my last video. I don't know why I had a brain fart. It's definitely not January, it's definitely March. It's a nice night out, the weather's very nice, so I figured I'd take a stroll and give you guys a little video again. Today I'm going to talk about self-acceptance and the importance of it. I don't know if you guys know, but I am a recovering addict. I'm in recovery. I have a little over 6 months clean. And in NA we have pamphlets, right? And one of them is called self-acceptance. And it is by far, my favorite pamphlet. When it comes to self-acceptance to me, when I was out there and I was using and people would tell me I needed help and I couldn't accept it, I just didn't believe them. I knew what I was doing. I did need help. I had all the answers. You couldn't tell me anything, right? And that went on for about 10 years, and I couldn't accept the fact that I was an addict. I didn't accept the fact that I was an addict. And that kept me sick, right? Like, admitting you're an addict is the first step to getting clean and changing your life. And it took me a long time to admit that I was an addict. I think I remember the first time I said I was an addict. I said it to my ex. I apologized for being an addict. And I said it through text message, so I didn't even say it out loud. I remember it. I said, I'm sorry, I'm an addict. And that was the first time I ever admitted being an addict. But nothing changed then. Nothing changed. I continued to do the same old shit, and get the same old result. But throughout this process, early on in my recovery, I have gained self-acceptance, and self-acceptance comes in there's many aspects of self-acceptance. It's self-acceptance of just where you are in life, financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. That is all part of self-acceptance. It's hard for people to accept their circumstances in life, whether they're an addict, whether they're an alcoholic, whether they have a gambling problem, a spending problem, an eating problem. It's very hard for people to admit that. And it was very hard for me, But I've accepted it. And once you accept something, you can work on it and you can change it and you can change the outcome of it, You don't have to live in that. I've learned that. Like, I thought I was gonna die using drugs. I never thought I could stop, I couldn't get a day for the longest time. But now I have 6 months because I've accepted the fact that I'm an addict, and I've accepted the fact that in order to change, I need to do work. I need to do the 12 steps. I need to work on myself. I need to share about where I'm at, mentally, emotionally, all that. And I do that now. I get my hand up in my meetings. I share it with my sponsor. Shit, I even share with people who aren't in NA, like a couple of my coworkers. I tell them anything they want to hear. And that's a freeing experience. And one thing I like about self-acceptance is not worrying about if other people accept you. I could care less. I really could anymore. Whether they're close to me or not. I am who I am, and I've done what I've done. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to make certain amends with certain people. I don't know that. I don't worry about it. It's in God's hands. If the time comes to make those amends, they will be made. And I know God will put me in that position to do that, because the higher power of my understanding has done so much for me already, and I know he'll do that for me as well. Sorry guys, the cigarette went out. Quit drugs. I can't seem to quit smoking. There's a dog coming, trying to cross the street. So yeah, self-acceptance, right? Self-acceptance shows growth, right? Self-acceptance shows change. Self-acceptance shows a willingness to change. That was something I struggled with too, a willingness to change. I did not want to change. I didn't think I needed to change. I thought I was okay with who I was and what I was doing. I wasn't hurting nobody. In my mind, I wasn't hurting anybody. But in reality, I was hurting everyone and everything around me just to get that next one. You know? I hurt some of the closest people to me. I hurt the fucking person I care about the most, man. And like I said, I don't know if I'll ever be able to amend that. That is one I do worry about. I do hope I get to make that amends. But like I said, accepting the fact that if I'm not able to, it is what it is, you know? All I can do is worry about what I'm doing and focus on me. And that's what I try to, like, I try to live my life like that now. Like one thing I've tried doing, I don't try to talk bad about people anymore. It's not cool. I'm not in high school. I don't have time for it. Let that person be that person, you know? Whether it's at work, whether it's in my personal life, whether it's in the meetings, I try not to do it anymore. I'm not saying I succeed at it all the time, because I don't. I have my shortcomings when it comes to that, absolutely. But it's something I'm working on. Self-acceptance, right? Self-acceptance takes honesty, you know, and open-mindedness and willingness, like I said earlier. Those are the three principles in Narcotics Anonymous. Those are the three big principles. How? Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. And they complement each other. With honesty comes open-mindedness, and with open-mindedness comes willingness. Willingness to work on yourself, willingness to change. If you don't have those three things, you're never going to make it, man. It's just that simple. I really don't have much else on self-acceptance, but actually I have a few more things. Self-acceptance is so much more important than like anybody else accepting you. Like there's a line in the blue book, in the basic text, that says social acceptability isn't recovery, right? And like I was blown away when I read that, because when I first tried to get clean, I was doing it for other people. I was doing it to be accepted by other people. You know what I mean? And it didn't work. When I read that line, my life changed. It truly did. It doesn't matter what he, she, him, they, all of them think. It does not matter. All that matters is how I feel about myself at the end of the day when I lay my head down at night. That's all that matters. Am I okay with what I did throughout the day? Can I go to bed and say that I did all I could to be the best that I could be that day? And lately I can. Not many people can, but that's okay, because they can work on themselves too. Sorry, I have a cold. I have a little stuffy nose, and I'm a little congested. Spring allergies are starting to kick in too. But I've accepted that. That's acceptance, your health. You know what I mean? I'm not the beacon of health. I'm just not. But I don't fucking fill my body with drugs anymore. Today was a good day. And like I said, am I able to go to bed tonight and be okay with what I did today? And I 100% absolutely am. I'm a better son today. I'm a better employee today. I got a raise yesterday, a $2 raise. I'm making more money now than I've ever made in my life, because I'm able to be a hard worker today. I don't need drugs to get through my day anymore. You know, I'm a reliable employee. I show up every day. I don't call out. I don't make excuses. I take responsibility for the things I've done. I could have gotten a higher raise, but I had a bad review on one job and I took responsibility for it. It was my fault. That's acceptance. That was my fault. I dealt with the consequences and we moved on from it. You know what I mean? Next time I'll get more, you know? I was never able to do things like that before. I was never able to take responsibility for my actions. I was never accountable. I never held myself accountable. Everybody else tried to hold me accountable and I told them to go fuck themselves. But it's just not like that anymore, you know? If you want to change, you have to accept where you're at. You have to accept the fact that you need to work on yourself, and that change will happen. I promise you. I guarantee you. And if you're an addict, any addict out there, and you're struggling, I promise you there is a way out. Our message is hope, and our promise is freedom. Our promise is that an addict, any addict, can stop using drugs, lose the desire to use, and find a new way to live. My name is Matt, and I'm an addict, and thank you for letting me share.